Hello children, hi, this is Farheen Miss. Today we are going to learn English, a beautiful poem from Standard 5th, Unit 1. The poem is called What a Bird Thought. So children, have you ever wondered how small birds see the world as they grow? This poem shares the thoughts of the bird from living in a small egg, then in a nest, and finally flying high in the sky. The bird is telling us about its experiences as it grows, step by step. It shows us how the bird's view of the world keeps changing as it explores more. So now let's read the poem and understand the bird's journey through its own thoughts. Remove page number 1 of the English Bal Bharati textbook. What a bird thought. I lived first in a little house and lived there very well. The world to me was small and round and made of pale blue shell. In the first stanza, the little bird is talking about the very beginning of its life. It says it lived in a little house that was small and round and made of pale blue shell. Can you guess what that little house was? Yes, it was the bird's egg. The bird was still inside the egg and thought that was the whole world. It was cozy and safe, and the bird felt happy living there. I lived next in a little nest, nor needed any other. I thought the world was made of straw and covered by my mother. Now the little bird has come out of the egg and is living in a nest. It feels happy and safe there and doesn't want to go anywhere else. The bird looks around and sees only straw and its mother covering it with love. So it thinks the whole world is just made of straw and protected by its mother. One day I fluttered from the nest to see what I could find. I said, the world is made of leaves. I have been very blind. Now one day the little bird becomes brave and flies out of the nest for the first time. It looks around and sees green leaves on the trees. So now the bird thinks, oh, the world must be made of leaves. It realizes that it didn't know much before and says, I have been very blind, which means it didn't see the full world earlier. At last, I flew beyond the tree and saw the sky so blue. Now how the world is really made, I cannot tell. Can you? Now the little bird flies higher than ever before. Going beyond the tree, it looks up and sees the big white blue sky all around. The bird realizes the world is much bigger than it ever imagined. So it says, now I really don't know what the world is made of. Can you? This means the bird has learned that the world keeps changing the more we explore. Children, now let's quickly revise the textbook exercise. Things to do. First, find and list the rhyming words from the poem. Let's look at the first stanza of the poem. Can you spot the words that sound the same at the end? Here is one to start with. Well, shell. Then in the second stanza, other, mother. Come to the third stanza, find, blind. Now last stanza, blue, you. So in total we found 4 sets of rhyming words in the poem altogether. Second, learn and recite the poem. Third, describe the following in 1 or 2 lines. First, the first little house of the bird. The first little house of the bird was small, round and made of pale blue shell. Second, the nest. The nest was made of straw and felt warm, safe and cozy. Third, the world around the bird's nest. The bird saw only leaves around the nest. and thought the world was made of them. Question 4. Imagine the following and write about each in your own words. First, what the world looks like to a baby. Answer. To a baby, the world seems new, small and safe with parents around. It is filled with love, toys and bright colors. Second, what the world looks like to a fish. Answer. To a fish, the world looks like water all around, full of bubbles, plants and other aquatic animals. Let's practice some extra questions from the poem. Give meaning. Pale blue shell, light blue outer covering of shell. Fluttered to flap wings quickly while flying. Straw, dried thin stalks of threshed grains. Beyond, far from. Nest, a home made of straw by birds. Thought, the act of thinking or an idea. Answer the following questions. What was the bird's first house? The bird's first house was a small, round, pale blue shell. Second, when did the bird felt that the world was made of leaves? The bird felt that the world was made of leaves when it fluttered out of its nest. Third, what was the nest made of according to the bird? The nest was made of straw according to the bird. What did the bird see when it flew beyond the tree? The bird saw the wide blue sky when it flew beyond the tree. So, my dear children, the poem teaches us that as we grow and explore more, we learn new things and see the world in new ways, just like the bird. I hope you understood my way of explaining this poem. If you did, then please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel Farheen Miss. Thank you.